Let's start our lesson 1, which is overview, and it includes these 4 skills: starting Excel, working in the Excel window, changing the workbook, the layout, window views, etc., and working with an existing workbook. This lesson will be an overview of the basic elements of the layout and some basic elements about the use of this application. So let's start. First of all, software orientation. Let's go to the Excel window and see what are the elements of an Excel open screen. This is an Excel screen where at the top you see the title bar, where this is the name of the Excel open workbook. The name of the current book is book 1. On the left side you can see some icons here. This area is called quick access toolbar, and on the right, if you are logged into your account, you see your name here, username, and this is the icon which controls the display of this area, which is the menu bar and the ribbon. I will explain this later. And these are common icons. This is for minimize, maximize, and this closes the application. Below the title bar is the command tab bar, which includes a file, home, insert, page layout, and different command tabs. When you click on a command tab, you see that this area changes and a new set of icons appear. This broader area below the command tab bar is called ribbon, and this is divided into different groups with this thin vertical line, and these are the labels of these groups: clipboard, font, alignment, number, and for each command tab there is a different set of icons. Different groups are present. So this broad area is called ribbon, and below that is this bar, which has two areas. One is this is the name box, which shows the address of your current cell. Currently your active cell is this one, and the address is A1, which means that the column is A and the row is 1. If I select this one, this is column F and the row is 6. As you can see, there is a highlight here. Both column and row is highlighted, so the address is F6. So this name box shows the address of the active cell. And this area is formula bar, where whatever you enter in the cell, whether it's a text or number or formula, that is, you can either enter it in the cell or you can enter in the formula bar as well. So that is displayed here. So below that formula bar you have these numbers, these alphabets A, B, C, and these are column labels. And on the left, these are the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. These are row numbers. These are used to identify the location of a cell. As you can see that the address of a cell is the column name and column label and the row label. E7. E is the column label and 7 is the row label. And this whole area of cells is your sheet, where you enter your data, or you create your charts or do analysis, and all the things are done in this area. Below that is this area, where you see there is only one worksheet open at the moment. Adjacent to this is a plus sign icon. When I click this icon, you can see that a new worksheet is added by the name sheet 2. So you can add as many sheets here. This is the scroll bar here, and below that is the status bar, and you have some options which we will see later. This is the normal view. This is page view. If I click this view changes to whatever page is set up to that view, and this is called page break view. So this is the normal view. When I click page break view, since we haven't added any data at the moment, so this is blank, but we will look into this later. This is the zoom control, At the moment the sheet is at 100%. You can drag it left, right to zoom in or zoom out. Now the first skill is starting of Excel. We have covered some basic elements, but in order to start a new workbook, you use this file command tab. Let me close this window first. Don't save. You can see that all the icons are disabled since we haven't opened any workbook at the moment. So let's go to this file tab, and when I click on this file tab, we enter into an area which is called Backstage. Now this Backstage has different elements. You have these tabs available: home, new, open, etc. And on the right side, this is a welcome note, and then you have different sections. This is new, where you can click on this blank workbook to open a blank workbook and start your work, or you can use some templates. Some templates are available here: construction proposal, simple Gantt chart, etc. These are the templates that are standard available with the Excel, and you can also search templates. If you are connected to the internet, you can search from large number of templates that are available online as well. If I click on this more templates, you can see search bar available here which says search for online templates. Let's say write budget here in the search bar, press enter. You can see searching thousands of online. So these are the templates that are available to you. You can use them from the internet. Let's go back and go to the home again. So these are the templates, and below that you have a section which is called recent. These are the files that you have recently used, so these are displayed here so you can quickly access them. And there are some pinned files that you regularly use, and that means that from the recent files you can see this icon. If you click this file will be added to your pinned files, and that means that you can quickly access these files. So this is the Backstage. Now let's go to new, and from the new let's open a blank workbook, and by default some name is given. While saving the workbook you can change this name. Now we will look into this area, quick access toolbars. For example, there could be some commands that you very frequently use, so you can add those commands here in the quick access toolbar. So currently you have this save icon or undo and redo buttons and some other options. You can click on this drop down, and you have some standard options available here which you can add. For example, I added this email option. When I click this email, or you can add quick print. If I click quick print, you have this quick print command added here. You can also control the position of the quick access toolbar. Currently it is in the title bar. You can show it below the ribbon as well. This is the ribbon area. If I click this, you can see the quick access toolbar comes here below the ribbon. You can control the position as well. Show above ribbon, so it will go back to the title bar. Now we have this third skill, which is changing workbook and window views. And in this we have skill tasks, change the workbook view and split the window. We will do these tasks now. Let's go to Excel, go to the home command tab if you are not there, and let's go to cell A1, type 456 here, and then press tab. Now in the lower right corner of the font group in the home tab, you have this icon. Click on this and a format cells dialog box will open. We can now and this small icon is called the dialog box launcher arrow. You can click this to open the format cells dialog box. I will do some changes to the font. You have different options available here in the font tab. You have this font style, size, underline, color of the font, etc. They have different options. So let's change the font and scroll down, and let's select this font Cambria, and keeping it regular, and the font size is 11. Now click OK. So we are now in B1, and we have entered some value in A1. Let's enter a new number in cell P1. Write the same number 456 and press enter. You can see the difference. In A1 the font is shown here. This is Calibri, and in B1, as we change the font, this is Cambria. You can change the font from here as well. Now go to the View tab. Now click on the page layout, this one. You have this group called Workbook Views, and from this group click on this page layout. When you click this page layout, we saw it here as well. This is also a page layout icon, and you can see that when I click on this page layout, the active option is now page layout. We were in the normal view, and this is available here as well, normal, and this is a page break preview, which is available here as well for quick access, and the third option is page layout. Let's click on the page layout, and you have some new elements available here. This is the ruler, which shows the width of the page, whatever page size you have selected. This is showing you in inches, and you have the ruler here as well. Here it is above the column labels, and it is to the left of the row labels. You can add some header to your page, and also a footer. The 3 sections for each, for the header and the footer. And this page layout actually shows you the way if you print your worksheet, how it will appear on your page as a printout. Now next we will look into the splitting of the window. That is also very handy, and that is used for situations where you want to show multiple locations on your screen so that you can access or compare 2 different data sets. Let's see how you can do that. Go back to the normal view, click on F1, then go to the View tab. If you are not here, click on this View tab, and in the window group you have this option called Split. Now click on this split option. You can see that your active cell was F1, and to the left of this cell you have this split added. You have now 2 horizontal scroll bars, and in order to remove the split, you can click on this split again, and the split is removed. Now let's click on the cell A17 and then do the same. Click on split, and here you can see that a horizontal split is added above the active cell. Now you can see the difference. You have noticed the difference that when you have cell AF1 and you do not have any cell above that cell, then you get a vertical split if there are cells to the left of that active cell. But when you have this A17 and here you have some cells above the cell, but you do not have any cell to the left of it, you only get a horizontal split. Now let's remove the split and see what happens if we enable the split by clicking somewhere in the middle of the sheet. Let's select this F14, and now if I click split, you can guess what will happen. You have 2 splits available now. Since this is this cell is in the middle of the sheet, you have some cells above it and some to the left of it as well. So you have 2 splits, and you have 4 areas of split now. This one, this has a different scroll bar set. This is the horizontal scroll bar for this area, and this is the vertical. And if I come to this, you can use this scroll bar for horizontal, and this will be for vertical, and also this likewise. So you have 4 areas available in the screen now. Now let me demonstrate what is the utility of this using this lower right quadrant. Let's scroll down to row 40. Select H40. This is column H and row 40. Let's enter some value here. Write 236 and press enter. You can see that through splitting you can see 2 areas of the window at the same time. You can see the row 1 as well as the row 40. If I remove this split at this moment, you won't be able to see these both of these values at the same time. Let's remove the split. When I remove the split, you can see that your window is showing only 29 rows. But in order to see the 40th row, if I scroll down to the 40th row, now I can see that the value in the row number 40 is 236, but I can't see the value in the row number 1. So with the split, you can see different areas of the window at the same time. Let me add the split again, and in the 4th quadrant, let's scroll down. You can see that in this view, you can see the row 1 as well as row 40. Now you can close this workbook, and in the next, now we will look into the techniques how to navigate through a worksheet. In order to open a worksheet, you need to go to the Backstage through the File menu. Click on this file. You are in the Backstage. Click Open to open a file, and we need to open a workbook from our student data folder. Here you need to open this file 01 Contoso employee. Click on this file and click Open. So we have our file open with us. Now we will see some navigation techniques. If you press Control End on your keyboard, you will go to the last cell of the data entered. Here, the last cell of the data that you have entered is in the column D, and the row is 27. Now I press Control plus End on my keyboard. When I press that, my active cell is now D27, which is shown here. It goes to and also I can go to the first cell of my data entry by pressing Control plus Home. When I click Control plus Home, my active cell is A1. I can navigate to a particular cell also by writing the cell address here. Let me write A3 here and press enter. You can see that my cursor goes to A3. So you can control the navigation through writing the address of the cell here as well. And you can control through your keyboard with arrow keys, left, right, or down and up arrows. The other thing is that if you are in the first column and you have data entered in 4 columns, let's say, and you want to jump to the last column, you can, with the arrow key, you can go one by one. But if you want to jump quickly to the last column, you can press Control and press the right arrow key. If I press the Control button and the right arrow key, you can see that I quickly jump from the column A to column D. And in the same way, you can jump to the last row as well. I am in the row 3, and if I press Control and click on the and press the down arrow, my cursor jumps to the last row of my data, which is row 27. You can again press Control Home. Also, you can use your mouse if you will to navigate through your sheet. Another method of navigation is through the go to command option available in Excel. Let me select this cell A7. Press this in the name box. Select this A17 and then delete A17 from your computer. Delete it and then give this cell a name. MEDA assets for medical assets and press enter. Now this means that I have given this this cell a name, which is this one. Now let's go to M11. Now I want to go back to the cell that I have named as medical assets. Go to the home tab if you are not there, and in the editing tab, from the find and select drop down, click on this go to. When I click on this go to, you have this option available here. If you give a name to any of the cells, those names are available in this area. I click on this medical assets and click OK. You can see the cursor jumps to that particular cell. Now use the option of go to special, and let's see what options are available to us for go to special. Click on this go to special and a new dialog box appears, and you have different select options available here. Here you can go to comments or constants or formulas, etc. For this time we will use this last cell option and click OK, and you can see that you quickly go to the last cell of the data that you have entered in your file. Now you can close this workbook. Let's go back to the skills that we have covered in this. We have covered these skills in lesson 1. So we started a new workbook, a blank workbook, and then we looked into working in the Excel window, used some on-screen tools, quick access toolbar, or the ribbon icons, etc. And then we looked into how to change the workbook view and split the window to look at two different places of your Excel sheet, so that you can compare data or see your data values from two different locations, which if you do not split the window, you cannot simultaneously look at those places. So for that we use the split option. Then we looked into working with an existing workbook and how to navigate through your data, go from one place to another, and how to name a cell and then use the go to or go to special command to jump to a different place quickly in a workbook. So with this we complete our lesson 1.